Hello everyone, I got my right hand man old Brantley here with me today. He's going to be doing a little excavating work. I'm going to give him see if we can break him in, see if he can dig a straight trench or not. But here's our project for the day. Got all of our clearing done in our ditch. We're going to put a pond in there, but we're going to move our culvert from there. We're going to move it over to here. We've got a water line. You can see that blue mark. And there's a couple blue flags out through there that you can see. That's a water line coming through, but that bank is steep, so it's going to be hard for us to mow it. So we're going to move the ditch from the right side of the water line. We're going to move it over here to the left and tie it into our culvert pipe through here. And then we'll bring our pond overflow, bring our culvert into the overflow, and then we're going to dig a new trench all the way down to the creek. So, all right, here's a view from the other end. We've got to come in at that same elevation, but we're going to move it over, and then we're going to take it up. You see that blue stake? You can see about where the excavator's sitting. That's going to be our new trench. Then we can backfill this in and move everything over so this bank is not as steep, because guess whose job it'd be to bush or weed eat that bank, Brantley? You're looking at him right there with his hand raised, so he'll thank me one of these days when he runs over this with a lawnmower versus running a weed eater up through there. So anyway, all right, let's get it laid out and see what we can get done. All right, part one, we're going to get in here and clean all this little underbrush out so we can get in here and sort of work. And then I'm going to try to reach in here and grab a few of these rocks that's sort of seated in that drainage ditch. We'll try to salvage some of them. If it may turn out to be more trouble than it's worth. If that's the case, we'll just cover them over and have to get a new load. But here you can see that water line looking up through there. You see that blue stake. So we're going to have to step over to this side and bring it here, in which that'll give us probably 25 feet to the road, so we can taper that bank from here up to the road. It's going to make it a lot easier to mow. I don't like steep banks. Anytime you can add a little or decrease your angle, I'm all in favor of it. So that's what we're going to try to do. It's nice when you got somebody running a machine for you. Hey, raise your windshield there up. I hadn't come up here and clean the windshield a little. You can see a little better. All right, pull straight up in here, Brantley, and we're going to just sort of rake some of that small stuff back off of it. Give it a little throttle. All right, we're going to give Big Man here a big shot, see what he can do. Now, we ain't got all day there, boy. Hey, stick it down in there and rake it out. Keep them teeth on the ground. Good. All right, go back to your right and get that stuff over there. Now, lay it all the way on the ground. Now, start raising and pulling all at the same time. We're just wanting to take the top off. Attaboy. Pull that on out there. We got to dig it out anyway. Good. Get that stuff to the right of that. You can come back and get that in a minute. We'll drag this stuff out of your way. Make you another pass just like that. There you go. Keep that bucket in contact with the ground all the time. I give him a little seat time. I think I might have him an operator with me today to do the math. So we've got our ditch laid out. We've stepped back off the water line, and we've stretched the string. We've shot elevation, but we've got our ditch marked out. And we don't have any fancy equipment. We've just got a standard transit. So what we've done is we've got 300 feet from here to the creek where the water's going to dump out. So basically we've referenced off the bottom of that culvert. I've got a 3-foot culvert, so I need it to go in the ground deeper. So we're going to go 14 inches deeper, and we're going to allow it to fall 1 inch every 10 foot to the end. So we've shot our elevation. We've referenced every 10 feet on the ground. So, and then we've worked our math out on the fall, so we know when we start, we're at 5.3, 5.4, and that's referenced off the elevation our transit's set at now. So we're gonna go down here to the creek and start working our way this way, and every 10 feet we'll check, and we've got the designated height that we should be every 10 feet. So we'll be able to reference that as we work our way back up through here. So let's get to digging. All right, here we go. We got our trench marked. Let's see if we can do any good. These two trees here in front of us are old sycamore trees, I think, but when I bring this ditch in, I'm going to have to taper it from here back. So I'll probably end up having to take those trees out. They're not real good, but I think we can take those out and sort of gradually taper this bank back, and it'll just make it a whole lot better. And I got plenty of trees down through there, so anyway, that's the plan. Check it, Bradley. Move it around there a little bit. Lean it out toward the back, away from the road, and see if you can get the rip. Stand it up now. You're just a hair high. I'll just drag it down through there, and we ought to be good. Be close. You'll have to probably tilt it out and get you a reference. Now bring it back. Tilt it on out just a little bit. Set it over in the middle of the ditch. Now lean it towards you. A little more. A little more. Take it till you hear it beep solid. There you go. we're just a hair high. I'll scratch it out and we'll move on to the next one. Check it now. Ease it up just a hair. Alright, we're good. One thing, if you don't do this every day, obviously me and Brantley are not professional excavators, but when you're shooting this stuff, shooting these ditches and, you know, putting just a gradual fall on a ditch, it's a challenge. But basically, if you can see, I don't know if you can see on the ground, we've got our 10-foot marks. So we've got it calculated, so every 10 feet we want an inch of fall. So he'll adjust it down to the next inch, we'll move back to the next mark. I'll take another 10 feet out and then we'll move on. So I'm trying to get back here, keep my trench straight, so I'll come back and get a reference mark here. Go back to my trench, and then I'll just drag me a straight line back to my mark, and that way we know we got our trench going the right way. I don't want something crooked as a dog's hind leg coming up through here. Follow that line and you can get pretty close. You should get a decent result in the end. Alright, what do you think, great man? We're low. Pick it up just a hair. We're within a half an inch, ain't we? I'd say we're good. Let's move on down the road. Alright, we'll keep digging. We'll get back to you. I got my ditch up here to the driveway, and I've dug a little crossover and put the water over into this new ditch. I'm gonna reach and try to get, it's just wet, I'm gonna try to get some of this dirt and metal and pull it back over here and hopefully get it to dry out and anyway, in time, get it roughed in, and then we can actually get a machine on it in time, and hopefully dress this bank up. So keep working. Well, had a pretty good day. When you don't do this stuff every day, it doesn't go as quick as you'd like for it to. But hey, it's a good time. Anyway, but got a little crossover from the old ditch, the old culvert there. I cut a little crossover ditch to get that water running on through. Kindly tucked the dirt and pushed over here. You can see I got a little more gradual slope now once we get everything done, which these banks on the ditch will be cut back and blended back in on both sides, but it'll be a lot easier to maintain and mow, and you won't have those steep banks to contend with. So, well, if you've hung around this long and watched the video, I appreciate you watching. If it was bearable, hey, give me a thumbs up. If it was unbearable, I guess you can give me a thumbs down. But if you'd like to subscribe, hey, be glad to have you along for the ride. We've got a lot more projects, a lot more things to do, but hey, we'll catch you on the next one.